Hello, my name is Adolfo and this is Life of Adolfo. Today I'm going to talk about Surge Protector. What happened to me 2 weeks ago, but I gotta give you a story 9-10 years ago so you can understand my strategy on how I used it this time. So 9-10 years ago, I was in the military, I was in the Navy. So people can understand part of the story. We arrived to Bahrain. We were there for 3 months. After 10 days, sometimes you run out of things to do outside and you're trying to save money, or you just want to leave the ship but you still want to stay within the compound or the military base. Inside the military base, there's something called the rec yard. The rec yard is where sailors go and just relax. Like I mentioned, I was in the Navy. There's free Wi-Fi, there's computers, there's PlayStation, there's Xbox, there's TV with the new DVD releases, and the whole 9 yards. But the problem is, there's a lot of sailors and limited plugs to use. So if you plan to just get off the ship and just stay there, you're gonna run out of battery. So one day, I was in the military base in the store. Also inside the military base. And I saw a surge protector. And I said to myself, what if I buy the surge protector so I could have more connections, and if somebody's using it, I'll unconnect it, plug it in the surge protector, plug in my things, and we could use it. We could share the connection. So I went to the rec yard with my new surge protector with that brilliant idea. I saw a wall outlet and I plugged it. The wall, basically the plug, it went boom in a big dark spot to the top and to the bottom. The person that was working on the front desk, which I believe he was from the a local, because he had the long gown from the Middle East, he got mad at me. The good thing is I didn't connect it where the TV was at, because when it went boom, the whole outlet was no longer in service. Plug in, no electricity. For me, it didn't make sense that they were selling a surge protector from the US inside the base, and I was using it inside the base. So why, it didn't make sense they're selling a product I cannot use inside the base. But I didn't want to argue. The good thing is I didn't get charged. I didn't get basically charged, pay for whatever the outlet costs and so on, whatever the damage was. Fast forward to 2 to 3 months ago. I was in Japan. I was going from Fukuoka, Hiroshima, Osaka, Nagoya, and Tokyo. Along the way, because in Japan, they have small rooms. And I said to myself, what if I buy another surge protector? But this time, I'm gonna use a universal outlet. Basically, to stop the resistance and make it adaptable to that country. I was gonna buy the surge protector in a military base, a US base, so I could use also regular connections on it. For me, it made sense. Connect this to the wall, connect it, and that's it. So that was my idea. So I went to the base when I was in Tokyo and I bought it. I did not use it in Tokyo or in Japan, my final destination in Japan, because there was enough outlets. I went to Korea. I did not use it because they use these type of outlets and there was enough outlets, so I just bought me an extra one of these. Because this one, for people that have never been to Korea or Indonesia, they use the one that has this round thing that also goes inside the plug, compared to this one that doesn't have that round thing that basically holds like this one and it drops. So I used this one. They had enough outlets that I did not have to use the surge protector. In Taiwan, I did use the international because it was limited outlets and the surge protector. It worked. Maybe it worked because they were using the same voltage as the US or whatever the case might be, but it worked. I arrived to the Philippines, Cebu City. Hot. First thing that I do, turn off the AC. Second thing that I do, break out all my stuff from my luggage. I break out everything, I start connecting stuff. And the reason I break out everything is because the things that I'm not using, I just throw away. So I connect the international, and I connected the surge protector. And the whole room went dark. The whole room, boom. I started panicking. I'm not gonna lie, I started panicking. First, what if the wall got black like in Bahrain? What if the outlet doesn't work like in Bahrain? What if the whole building, 18 floors, the whole electricity went out? What if it's only that floor? What am I gonna tell the Airbnb? Because I ain't trying to pay extra fees. So the first thing that I do is go outside. Electricity, good. I look at the next room. I saw on the bottom of the door, electricity, good. I turn on my light from my phone. I go to the outlet, no dark spot, good. So now I'm thinking the story that I'm gonna give the Airbnb. The story that I was gonna tell them, I turned on the AC and the electricity got off. There's a lady sweeping and I told her, ma'am, my electricity went out, but there's a language barrier. I did not know I had a phone inside my room. She went to the phone, talked to the front desk down in the bottom, but I'm in the Airbnb, so I gotta contact the Airbnb host. And they send the electrician engineer or the engineer of the building. By that time, I'm telling the lady, can you please show me where the control panel is at? Once again, there's a language barrier. She did not understand, or she wasn't trying to help me at that point on that direction. That's fine with me. I'm not mad at her. So the engineer comes in, he looks at my room, he looks at the switch, he turns on a certain part of the switch, he goes to the electric panel, where she told me afterwards, and he turns it on. He turns on the light, and the light goes on. So now I gotta verify that the outlet is still working. Once again, I'm not trying to pay an extra fee. The good thing is, it worked. So my panic stopped. My story that I gave him is that the AC, I turned it on and the power went out. My moral of the story is, don't use a surge protector. Because it could have been like at my first part 9-10 years ago in Bahrain, and the fee would have been humongous. Don't use it unless you're using a local surge protector to protect yourself. And with that being said, I hope you like my video, because the panic that I had was enormous. I didn't want to pay a lot. As for me, I've been living abroad for 14 months, country to country. And it's nice. But besides that, just be careful. Don't use a surge protector. Thank you. Thank you for watching.